Hey everyone, I'm Mecca here from my self-publishing blueprint, and I'm really excited to bring back the twins, Christian and Rasmus, one more time to the channel. And we are gonna have some fun. We are gonna have some fun today, and awesome. Hey guys, welcome back.
Thanks for having us. Yep, thanks for having us back. Thanks that we're allowed back.
You guys were so much fun, and I had so much great feedback from that last video, last interview we did, that I had to have you guys back. And today we're going to talk all about ACX, and you guys are bringing in over $10,000 a month right now on just ACX alone, huh?
Yeah, right. That's right. Only ACX.
That's exciting. All right, so let's just dive into things, man. Let's get this going right away. For somebody brand new who's been sleeping under a rock, what's ACX?
All right, so I guess I'll take this one. So ACX is just it's the publisher side of Audible. So it's basically just audiobooks.
Cool.
I'm keeping it short and sweet. It's audio.
Short and sweet. Yeah. That's all it is. It's taking your book and making it an audiobook. Love it.
Exactly.
Okay. Why should people take their nonfiction, their fiction, whatever? Why should people take their book from KDP or CreateSpace and then put it up on ACX and Audible?
Right. Yeah. So another stream of income. That's what it's all about. You're leveraging the content you already have.
Yep.
And make more money. Yeah. Boom. I mean, that's what we're here to do. Yeah. That's why we're talking to each other. We're here to make more money. And ACX will do that for you. Yeah. So
love it. I love it. Now, why do you think most people don't? Because I'd say ACX, even like from my experience, was the last thing I did. Yeah. Like I really only started taking it seriously a couple months ago. But why do so many people just not jump onto ACX in the beginning? Like, why did they take their sweet time with it?
I think it's just not talked about enough. People don't know how great it is. Like, it's Kindle publishing, and then you get the paperback books, and then I guess it just gets missed out on. People don't talk about it as much. Also, just like a lot of the older courses that people learn Kindle publishing from, in there, they don't talk much about ACX. And also, I'm assuming ACX has just grown a lot recently. So I think people finally realize, or at least we did, how much money can be made making audiobooks. Yeah. So I think people just don't know about it. Yeah, that's not lazy or anything. They just don't know about it. Yeah.
It makes a ton of sense. I didn't fully understand the potential of it. Really, I'll give you guys credit until you guys started making a lot more noise about it. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Let me relook at all this ACX stuff. You know. So okay, so let's keep going in the areas that we're going to. What's the cost of taking your book and getting it up on ACX?
All right, so I'm assuming if you already have your ebook. So
let's say you got your ebook, you got your paperback, you got your covers made, it's already published. How much extra are we looking at to get it up on ACX?
Right. So the one main expense after that is just to have your book narrated.
Okay.
And the price of that's gonna vary. You're gonna work out a contract with a narrator that you're gonna find through ACX. ACX makes the whole thing super simple. They link you up with narrators. We have a bunch of videos talking about that, how to find the best narrators. So there's the cost of narration, and then you can either stop there. I mean, but we also do reviews for our books. So
cool.
Also cost of reviews.
Okay.
Which is a little similar to how you would get reviews on KDP. It's not. I don't think it's so similar. It's much easier. Just how you use a VA. A VA is going to help you get reviews. So if you're going to go that route, those would be the two costs. But you don't have to go that route. It could just be the narration.
Cool. So
and even
no, go ahead, bud.
You can even get your audiobook narrated for no cost if you want to do the whole royalty split. So that's why I always say people think, for example, that cookbooks. Oh, I shouldn't put it up on ACX because no one's gonna listen to a cookbook, which I would agree, which sounds absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
But you can get it on ACX for not a single penny spent. So just do it. I have a cookbook with 10 sales. Yeah. 10 sales I wouldn't have. I'm not saying I made a whole lot from them, but that's 10 sales. I have cookbooks with multiple bounties. Yeah. So
there you go.
There you go. Yeah. When you get into what bounties are.
Yeah, we'll get we'll get into all of it. We'll get into everything for everybody. Yeah. So we talked about what is ACX, how to get started with it. Let's talk more about the cost. Can you give us an example, if you could, of like, okay, let's say a 12, 15,000 word book, 20,000, 30,000 word book. How much would it cost to get those narrated? What's the difference between doing the royalty split and then paying up front? Which one do you guys recommend and why? Let's start there.
Okay. But, I hope, first of all, I hope we heard everything because it was choppy again. But I think we almost, yeah, I think we did. So we will typically go tops $50 per narrated hour. Yeah,
okay.
For full hour. So if you're doing, I missed a little what you said, but
so a 12,000 word book.
15,000 word book.
Yeah, 15,000. Okay.
That's about 2 hours. No. ACX has an estimator. It comes out to 9,300 words per hour. That's their estimation, but it varies a lot depending on how fast or slow the narrator.
So 9,300 words per hour is roughly okay.
Yeah, that's just a blanket estimate. But let's see. So 12,000, it's gonna be like an hour and a half. And if we're going $50 per hour, $75. Yeah.
So $75. Okay.
But see, we're saying $50 is the highest we go, and I'm all about spending extra money for higher quality. But the thing is, you can get phenomenal quality for low prices. There are narrators out there who who haven't been in the game for years, but they're still really talented and they accept lower prices, whether it's $30, $40, $50 per full hour. And they're just trying to get gigs, so while they're building up their reputation, they'll work for a lower price. And they're incredible narrators. You just gotta go find them. And we have a video about how to find those narrators. Yeah, that's actually a really good one because people don't. Is it out yet? Yeah, it is out. Okay. Yeah, people don't know that there's a search bar in the corner where you can search and filter out narrators instead of just putting a book up and waiting for them to come to you. You go to them. So that's one secret tip for you.
Love it.
So underrated being a high quality narrator. Yeah, very, very underrated. And I have a lot of things to say about things that are underrated. Really quick, I just want to say my 2 top selling audiobooks are from the same narrator, and he's the best one. Yeah. So yeah, he's got the radio voice. Yeah, that's what you're looking for.
Money.
Yeah.
Okay, so about $75 for a 15,000 word book or so, or 12,000 word book, whatever. You guys can do the math. Right. What about going with a royalty split versus paying up front for it? Which do you recommend people go with, and why?
Yeah, so we have a pretty strong opinion on this, and that would be to avoid royalty split at all costs, because in the end, I'm saying you will lose money. Not you might lose money. You will lose money with a royalty.
You will lose money.
Maybe in 5 months you won't, but three years from now you have definitely lost. Exactly. Money. You gotta think long term like that. You can't be thinking how much I'm gonna be making. Your audiobooks are gonna be up there for years to come. Years collecting bounties, sales, and whatnot. Yeah, so you might not make your money back in 12 months, but that's okay. So you will make it back. I mean, probably will make it back in 12 months. Hypothetically, you might not, but in years you will. So yeah, I think it's important to have that long-term mindset and realize that it's a long-term investment.
What about the people who might not have, an extra $75 to invest? They just got their first book going. They just paid for the course. They're really right. What should they do? Should they use the royalty split?
So the connection's getting a little choppy again.
Damn,
but we would say, but work some extra weekend hours and save up the money so you can do it. Because
so under no circumstances do you guys recommend a royalty split. It's a dumb idea. You're going to lose money.
Right. In all cases, there's a balance between it. I would say if your first book is like a really long cookbook and the narration could cost like $200 and you're super broke and it would take you months to get $200, then I might consider doing a royalty split. Yeah, but that's about it.
Okay, but for most publishers, just holding off on ACX for an extra month so they can save that extra money is a
just
better idea, so they can
us.
pay up front.
Trust us on that.
Yeah.
You want the full royalties. You want to be splitting your profits. Trust us.
Right.
Yeah. It's a big difference. 40% versus 20% is a big difference.
Yeah. Nope. Absolutely right. All right. Okay. So now that we've covered that, what about Amazon and Audible shoppers? Are they different? Because you can purchase the audiobooks on Amazon's page as well, but then Audible has a website basically just like Amazon, but it's just all the audiobooks. So are those two shoppers different? Have you noticed that your books will sell well on Audible versus Amazon, or can you talk about that?
Yeah. So from what I've seen, just from my personal experience, they're correlated, but not that much. Real quick. Okay. I know you got this, but yeah, they're two completely separate search engines. That's what people don't realize. They're separate search engines with they all got their own things going on. I wanted to say that real quick. What percentage do you think come from Audible versus Amazon? Over 90%, 95% come from the Audible search engine versus the Amazon search engine. Now I don't have any numbers to back it up, but I don't have my Amazon or my KDP increases anymore, and I'm still making over $10,000 a month. Yeah, 100% of yours are coming from Audible. Yeah, 100% of mine. Yeah, without a doubt, it's the only place they can find my book.
So that's massive right there. You lost your KDP account. We talked about that in the other video.
Yeah.
But you're still be able to make just over 10 grand from just Audible sales on audible.com.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They find my books. I don't run any ads. They find my books organically through the audible.com search engine. So
it's possible that books that are not quote unquote profitable in terms of how we search for profitable books on Amazon, on Audible, they are very profitable.
Rasmus has good experience with this, and also what it can do to your ebooks. Yeah, so I have one book in particular that did okay as an ebook and paperback book, and it kind of got some bad reviews, whatever. It tapered off, and then maybe it was like 4 months in that I made it into an audiobook, and then it did very well as an audiobook. It has maybe like 1,500 sales ever as an audiobook, 15 bounties. So you can see there, it was not doing much on Amazon, and then boom, it popped off. They're separate on Audible.
Wow.
And then what that also did, it drove traffic to my Amazon listing for the ebook and a paperback book, and the paperback sales and ebook sales went up after I posted it as an audiobook. Yeah, it was selling maybe, I don't know, maybe 1 to 5 paperback sales a month, and then it was going up to 20 after I posted it as an audiobook. That was a while ago. Like, how long was that? Like a year? That was in the fall. Okay, so it was a long time ago. That was when things started to click. Like, okay, this is interesting. And then I really focused a lot on ACX. Right, so it drove more traffic to my Amazon listing. I don't know. I think they're literally seeing an Audible, and then they're just going to Amazon to see if it's in other formats.
Let's see if it's another
format. There's not a direct link, is there? I think there might be. I'm not quite sure.
You think there would be, because they're both from Amazon, but maybe not. Maybe.
Regardless, it's helping traffic to the Amazon listing. Yeah,
and that's what Amazon wants. That's what Amazon wants.
Yeah.
Right. They want that traffic, right? So if they're seeing that you're bringing traffic, even though it's from another Amazon platform, they're going to be like, well, people like this version of the book. Let's start promoting it over on the ebook and paperback version as well. And Amazon will start throwing that higher up in the sales rank.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. They work together. So that's another thing that audiobooks do. They help your ebooks and paperback books sell more as well.
Okay. Let's talk about niches. Have you noticed what niches do really, really well? What do pour on ACX on Audible?
Yeah, so on KDP and CreateSpace, like you can make a lot of money in basically every niche. So every niche you can, if you find the right keywords, make a good book, you can be really profitable. But it is different for ACX, and you just have to think like a consumer. So for example, cookbooks do not do well on ACX. I mean, you still get rent, you still get sales. I don't know why. I don't know why you're buying my keto slow cooker cookbook. You're driving to work and listening to it in the car. You can't be whisking eggs.
You can't be whisking eggs while you're listening to it. Yeah.
I know it's a little silly, but I get sales and I get bounties on my cookbooks, and I don't do royalty splits on them for that reason. But yes, there are certain niches that just they go ham on Audible. They go absolutely
Really?
crazy. Yeah. And it's, again, think of it like a consumer. It's the books that people are listening to in the car, driving to work, going for a walk, just listening to. So things like self-help. This is when I listen to things in the car. Podcast is self-help related, business related,
business.
like how I can become better, how I can become more successful, how I can make money. Those types of things you want to listen to when you're driving the car, because
you're just multitasking.
exactly.
They want to
Big
see.
believer in that.
Yeah. How can I get as much work done in a short period of time?
Exactly.
While I'm driving, let me listen to something and gain some knowledge. That sort of thing.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So primarily, there are two big ones that, like I said, self-help and like business and investing. And also people like fiction. Fiction does very, very well as audiobooks.
You said this from personal experience.
Personal experience. I have a lot of fiction books. Not a lot, but I have more than 10.
Yeah.
That was from we were experimenting with fiction back in the day, which was a complete flop on KDP and CreateSpace. Fiction's a tough market. At least we had a lot of trouble with
Let's
it.
not get off topic.
Sorry. But on ACX, they've been profitable and made me a lot of money.
That's interesting. That's really, really interesting.
All we can do is speak from our own experience, and that's what we've seen. So.
Disclaimer: it's all just our personal experience.
Yeah. Well, and that's, the people watching this, right? That's what we're speaking of, right? People watching my channel, they're looking for my experience on the journey I've been going through, and I'm just sharing that here. You guys are doing the exact same thing on your channel. You're just talking about what's worked, what hasn't worked for you. And
Exactly.
I think that's what makes, what makes you guys, if I could say even myself, just so relatable. We're just saying, okay, we've tried this, it worked. We tried this, it didn't work. Don't do that.
Exactly.
On that note, on the self-help, so let's say some people are watching right now and they got some books on self-help that maybe they published like back in the whatever day. Sorry, I'm gonna try to edit out all the dishes. My house cleaner's cleaning the dishes.
I didn't even know.
You didn't even notice? All right. I guess my mic's echoing it in my. It sounds like she's literally right here. So if they got some like self-help books that are like quote unquote dead right now, but they don't have it on Audible, what should they do with that book?
Oh, I would just get super excited. I would get it up there as fast as possible.
Okay.
And we could also talk about how to make the most money from your audiobook. For example, this could become
we have videos talking.
We do have videos talking about exactly how we have made a lot of money with audiobooks. So
let's talk about that right now. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's talk about that, man.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Want to give like the 3 big ones or the 4 big ones?
There's multiple. Our videos like the eight things that we do, something along those lines. I'll see if I can remember them all.
I'll find it and link it in the description so people can click on that. But why don't you run through the 5 things or the 8 things just really quick right now, and then they can hit up your channel for a little bit more in depth on that.
Yeah, cool. So one is the narrator. You don't want to just hire the first narrator who sends you an audition. You really want to vet them and go for that radio voice is what we call it.
Really?
Someone who sounds super professional.
It sounds like a high production audiobook.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I can't give the best tips about how to know that they're the best. Just use your best judgment.
Yeah.
I guess. Another thing, you don't want someone with a nasally voice and all that, but you get it. Yeah. So this is one I haven't heard anyone say before. So the retail audio sample is huge. The retail audio sample is huge. So it's this 30-second or 60-second little.
It's like the look inside feature for the ebook version, right? Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
And again, I don't have numbers to back this up, but I feel like everyone's going to listen to your retail audio.
Yeah, totally.
Like they want to hear the narrator.
They want to hear what it sounds like. Totally.
Yeah. So normally, or a lot of times, the narrator will just put up like the first 2 minutes of the book, like "Thank you for buying this book" segment of it. So you don't want that in there.
Yeah, I've been to this thing. For a long time, I was just doing whatever they gave.
Yeah. So, but you want to put up a retail audio sample that basically has the best and juiciest information in your whole book. So if it's a keto book, you want just some mind-blowing information.
Yeah.
Because then
that's
they're
a great
listen
point.
to that. Yeah, they're gonna listen to that and be like, okay, I just listened to a 30-second sample, and I already learned more than I did before about
Sales 101.
diet.
Yeah.
So then, okay,
Genius.
the rest of this book must be just as juicy.
Right.
So, and then they're gonna buy it.
Okay. That's money right there, man. Okay. What else?
If I just say like the one big one for audiobooks is making bundles. Audiobook bundles is if I had to give one tip, like you kind of make audiobook bundles. Yeah. The higher prices, people buy higher price books. You're getting more royalties, and people buy them more. Yeah. You're getting more sales. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So I guess there's these different features in Audible. They have like these memberships that allow credits to people. Where they can buy like 1 or 2 free audiobooks a month, and no one's gonna spend it on a 30-minute audiobook. They go after bundles. So I mean, if it's all worth the same, they're gonna find some 8-hour-long bundle with 4 books in it and use their credit on that. You literally have the same book priced at $15, and they're gonna buy the $30 one because they want
more value.
More value, right? Because they got these credits, they're not spending money.
Yeah,
exactly. But you still get paid the royalty.
So you still get paid the full royalties, even though the customer didn't have to actually spend their money.
Yeah, I have a feeling Audible might be losing money there because it's pretty crazy how you can do that. But they're getting so many customers. So in the end, I think it's working for them. Yeah, but it's definitely working for them.
Wow,
Amazon, they're running. They're doing well. So bundles. Sweet. Yeah, bundles are huge on ACX. But there's some important things to know, like on KDP and CreateSpace. You can create as many bundle combinations as you want. You can get ridiculous. But on ACX, you can only use 1 book in a bundle. So if you make a 2-book bundle, these 2 books can never be put in any other bundle.
So you always do your biggest possible bundle you can, and then that's your bundle.
Actually, no.
No?
People ask that question a lot. So if you have, this is how I do it. This is how I've done it. This is a big part of how I've gotten to over $10,000 a month. We're not saying this is the way, but it's worked for you. Yeah. So,
let's hear it.
So let's say you have 10 books and you have 9 bundles and you don't make bundles. Yeah, people ask, should I do a 10-book bundle? No, I would do 5 2-book bundles.
Really? Okay. So 5 2-book bundles.
Yeah. Okay. Then you have 5. Yeah, but again, there's more things to consider. For example, the length of these bundles. They have to be at least 3 hours.
Okay.
Preferably over 5 hours, because these are price point cutoffs where the prices change. You can't decide the price of your audiobook. But yeah, if you have 10 books, I would create as many bundles as you can, which is why I always do 2-book bundles.
Okay. Wait, unless so you say that you always do 2-book bundles?
Yeah, 2-book bundles. If you can hit the 3-hour mark with the 2 books. Exactly, that's the important thing.
So you'll bundle you'll bundle just 2 books as long as you can hit 3 hours with those 2 books instead of using 4 books to hit a 5-hour bundle.
Exactly. It's just because then you have more bundles. Like I've had a lot of books. I have probably 30 or 40 bundles.
Okay.
Like those could have been bundles if I just smushed them all together.
Yeah.
And I'm almost positive I would have made less money if I'd done that.
Is this because you're getting more products out? Is this because you have more stuff?
And these are all expensive bundles. So each royalty is like $6, $7, $8, $9 a sale. Yeah. And there's a lot of them.
So you're just getting yourself out there more.
Honestly, we can't say that.
You can't say for sure that you'd have to test.
Exactly. But we can't say that this works. Exactly. The way works. The other way probably also works. But yeah. But you know,
I really like that idea on just make sure your bundle's been on 3 hours and then just keep doing that. I really like the idea where you're talking about, well, now I have, instead of having one large product online, you're going to have 5 different products because now you're 5 times more likely to get seen by a customer. You're 5 times more likely for your customer to find your book and purchase it versus your one big one. I think what you're saying makes 100% sense, man. That's right. That's cool.
The price isn't quite as expensive, but you're making up for it with the 5 books. They're still high price at 3 hours. They're still what, $14.95? Yeah, $14.95. And then 40% royalty is $6, I believe. Yeah. That's still an expensive. Another thing is, by doing that, you're diversifying. You're not putting it all into one book because this one book, something can happen with it. It could die off. Yeah, you can get bad reviews. I don't know, and then it can die off. Still want to diversify and have a bunch of different books doing all for you. Love it. Instead of relying on one. That's just a general good mindset to have, not to rely on one. You know?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Man, that's good. Okay, what were some of the other tips really quickly here?
All right, what are some other ones? Oh yeah, so like the pricing, ACX has this whole pricing chart.
Yeah.
So 0 to 1 hour or 59 minutes, 59 seconds, prices your book at $3.95. 1 to 3 hours puts it at $6.95. Then once you hit the 3 hour mark or 3 hours 1 minute, not actually how they do it, it goes to $14.95. That's a big jump. Like, so that's why 3 hours is the magic number. Because $7 to $15, big jump there.
So 3 hours. How long is that book word-wise, roughly?
Let's see. So it depends on your narrator, obviously.
Yeah.
But words, we could use the ACX estimate of 9,300 words per hour. About 30,000. Yeah, about 27 to 30,000 is gonna get you there safely. But you can still hit the three. We have ways that you can hit the 3 hour mark without having a 30,000 word long book.
How?
Yeah. Oh, you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, ACX has no problem with this. You could put teasers at the end of your audiobook for your other books. So let's say it comes out to 2 hours and 20 minutes. Then the narrator submits the audiobook. You're like, okay, it's only 2 hours and 20 minutes. I need 40 more minutes. And then you can give them the first 3-4 chapters of this other book. And you have them introduce the audiobook. And then
I like that.
And then you call the chapter teaser.
Yeah. Okay. I did that I had a short fiction story, and I did that in all my nonfiction books.
Mm-hmm.
I put the first chapter of it.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Now you want to make sure. Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes total sense.
Yeah. I mean, of course, you don't want to put a whole.
You don't want to start stuff in the book.
Yeah. I mean, like if it only comes out to 30 minutes. And you need 2.5 hours to fill. You need 2.5 hours to fill.
You're right. So you'll just put like another. Yeah. And because you're only using like a chapter or 2 chapters from that book, it doesn't matter if that whole book is somewhere else on Audible, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, we're not trying to fill a whole lot of time. If you're like 10 minutes short. Yeah,
right.
15, 20 minutes.
Oh, let's talk about bonuses. Do you incentivize your narrators for anything like to finish your books early? How long? This question was asked inside the Facebook group earlier today. How long do you give them to do the 15-minute sample and then the full book? What's the time frame that you guys give them to complete it?
So, I mean, we want to get them out ASAP. So I don't tolerate these people that take months. Like I've had that, and I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. So one guy in the group was like 5 weeks. I'm like, 5 weeks.
That's audiobooks are valuable. Get them
that's
out there.
Money.
So for the 15 minutes, I'll give them 3 days. Like if you can't,
if you can't, in 3 days. I don't want to work with it.
And that'll usually do it. Like, okay, if you can't do it, find someone else. Okay, I'll do it. I got it. It shows up in the contract timeline, so they know when they have to deliver. Yeah. Cool. And for the whole book, a week. I want it quick. I'll no more than 2 weeks.
Depending on length, right? Yeah. But even like a 30,000 word book, man, a week is enough time to record that.
Yeah. Like if you can't get it done, I'm finding someone else.
Right.
You know? So,
no, that makes total sense. Let's see some of the other things here. Okay, what about some tips for people just starting off when they're brand new? Is there anything they should be aware of, or anything that you've learned over the last little bit when starting off with Audible books?
Okay, let's see. I would say it's no different for beginners than it is for. Yeah. I would say if you're starting with Kindle publishing right now, like as a whole, you don't have any books, I would pick a niche that's going to do well on Audible. Yeah. Okay. So, but if you already have your books, you obviously can't re-choose the topic of your books.
So what about yeah, no worries. What about marketing? So you do no marketing. You do this. You do the reviews, but no other marketing, right? That's it. Like there's no AMS ads or anything like that you have to.
They don't even have that option. I wish there was. I really wish you could run ads on Audible, but you can't. So yeah, it's literally all organic search. And a lot of people ask like, "Oh, cool, you made $10,000 from ACX in a month. Like, what were your expenses?" I could say this last month. $0 in expenses.
Zero. So this is like pure profit.
I haven't worked on. Yeah, I haven't. It is pure profit. I haven't worked on my Kindle business in a while. I've been focused on YouTube videos and things like that, and merch by Amazon. Now I'm getting off topic again, but yeah. To answer your question, organic search. So right, there are good expenses. There are pretty big expenses for audiobooks. Those came early on, but the 10,000 that you've made the last 2 months, zero, not a penny. Yeah.
Love it. I love it, guys. Any last little things that you want to end with here?
Yeah, one thing is, we haven't talked about this, ACX codes. Yeah. You need to use the ACX codes. Yeah, these are key. Yeah,
okay, talk about what those are and how to use them.
Yeah. So these ACX codes, you don't get them, they don't just give them to you.
You got to email, right?
So you send an email to support@acx.com.
Yeah.
Right? Subject ACX codes.
Yeah.
And I'd like to receive, or I just had a new book come out. I'd like to have my 25 US and my 25 UK ACX codes for book blank.
Yeah.
And then they will send them to you. And then,
cool.
And then what we do is we have a VA use those codes to gather sales. We are not paying, so we pay the VA $1 per use of code, right? And then we're still getting the royalty. So
because you still get paid, so it cancels it out. It's completely. A zero cost.
Yeah, and they pay for themselves. I will say, I think Audible is going to change something soon.
Yeah,
easy,
totally.
Too good. I think
Audible's new, right? Well, they're newer than the KDP platform, isn't it? Right. New. So, and you remember back in the day with KDP, there was a lot of things. Amazon was bleeding money because they were like, "Wait, this just is a no-brainer." So
you got the pages read loophole. Yeah, I'm not saying this is that. No, I'm saying I do think the Audible is kind of, or ACX is in the same phase that KDP used to be. Like, there's these things. It's just too easy to make money on right now.
Yeah.
So, and it won't obviously always be like that. And a lot of it is because a lot of people don't have their books there yet. So obviously, the more people know about ACX, the competition is going to grow. It's going to be a lot more books to fight for ranking and things like that. More reason to start right now. Exactly. As soon as you finish this video, start right now. Watch the video and then go and get started.
Love it. Sweet, guys. Well, hey, thank you so much. If you have any questions for the twins, make sure you ask them in the comments right down below. These guys are always checking in on the channel, and they love connecting. So please let them know how your books are doing, questions that you have. Like this video, head over to their channel and go subscribe to their stuff, because they got some great stuff on there as well. And I'm sorry you guys aren't going to be able to join us in Cancun for the mastermind on September 6th and the 9th. But next year, can you guys? I know it's a long way off, but next year I'll give you some more warning, and hopefully your calendars align and you can join us, because I'm sure people would love to be able to learn from you, to party with you, and just to get to know you guys a little bit better, including myself, man. I can't wait for us to finally meet.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that day. Yeah, I'm sad we're gonna miss out, but next time. Yeah, we're all young. There's time.
It's all good. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm Emeka. These are the twins. Until next time, everyone. We'll speak to y'all soon. Take care.